Okay. Hi, welcome to Voice in Action. My name is Lais Gutierrez, and we are very happy to share this academic space with you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Cindy Altamiranda. In this episode, an important topic will be discussed at first and made simple by deeper reflection and will be presented.
The dean was selected because it's a connect to our academic experience. Both face-to-face education and virtual education have been experienced by in different states of our life.
Today, a parallel will be established between these two educational systems, their advantages and challenges, and emotional impact and social influence, and will be analyzed.
In addition, passive voice will be intentionally used as a part of academic objective.
Okay, everyone, let's go begin with our first question.
Okay, face-to-face education has been experienced by most students since childhood.
Daily interaction is encouraging and knowledge is shared in the same physical space. Okay, first question. How is face-to-face education in the student when learning is shared in the same physical space and when direct contact between teacher and the student in experience? Then,
Well, thank you for the question. My name is Angel, and I come from Apartado. I town in the Yoruba region of Colombia, where people are usually friendly and respectful. Because of this culture, face-to-face education is very important in the classroom, as you learn academic subjects, but important values are learned through daily interaction with classmates and teachers. In my experience, school helped me become more confident, and some teachers find me with a passion for teaching.
Okay, so real too.
let's go.
Hi, my name is Ladis, and face-to-face education is considered a highly active teaching and learning process in terms of its methodology. In this modality, activities are given and directed in real time by the teaching staff. Immediate feedback and clarification of those are provided through how the learning process. Teamwork participation and the development of social and communication skills are also emphasizing to create a positive classroom environment. Furthermore, the exchange of ideas and knowledge within the educational setting is promoted as should be integrated with values that foster effective interaction and ensure meaningful learning.
Thank you, Laura.
Okay, hello. First of all, thank you for the invitation here in Voices in Action. Okay, and answering the question, I think that face-to-face education is understood as more immediate interactive process because the space is shared by everyone, students and teachers, so who engage in daily dialogue and conversation. Um, in addition, I throw these daily communication emotional bonds are create with people whose ideas throws are similar, sign something in common is shared. And however, stress can be developed due to stress that are more managed in this modality, and negative experience can be by like caused by poor interaction with some people within that social circle.
Okay, people, many of you have probably felt identified with these advantages. Let's go with the question. Education has involved a new learning environment has been created.
Yes, virtual education has been expanded and classes are delivered through digital platforms. Tell us, how is virtual education described when classes are delivered through a screen and when communication is supported mainly by technology?
Well, virtual location in a system where classes are given through digital platform and materials are accessed online. In my case, I choose this modality because I need to work after finishing school. Virtual education allowed me to study and work at the same time. This system offers flexibility, but it also requires discipline and good organization.
Thank you, Angel. Laris?
And virtual education is typically delivered through technological devices and digital platforms that have become integrated into daily life. Teachers utilize their digital resources to carry out activities within the educational environment. Furthermore, the advantage of being able to connect from different parts of the world is highlighting, and the learning process is encouraged through digital tools that spark student curiosity and interest.
Laura.
Thank you. I think that virtual education can be described as a way of learning where a student and teacher connect through screens instead of being the same classroom. Classes are usually given through digital platforms, and communication happens mainly through technology, such as video calls, chats, or online platforms. And in this type of education, students often need to be more independent because they manage their own time and stay responsible for their activities. At the same time, this modality allows people to study from different places and responsible for their activities, and adapt their learning to their daily responsibilities, which makes education more accessible for many students.
Thank you, Laura. Um, Flexibility is often mentioned as one of the great advantages of virtual education.
Educational opportunities have been expanded and access has been improved. Ready? Other question. What benefits are noticed in virtual education when flexibility is offered?
Well, I think one important benefit is flexibility. Classes can be attended from different places, and work responsibility can be combined with academic goals. Resources are provided, and content can be reviewed when necessary. Opportunities are expanded because geographical barriers are reduced. In my experience, education was continued thanks to this modality, where income was generated, digital skills were developed, and technology tools were explored more deeply. Critical thinking is stronger when decisions must be taken in the movie.
Thank you, Angel. Ladies, please.
In virtual education, many benefits are enjoyed. For example, instant connectivity is provided at any time and from any place. The possibility of performing other daily activities is also offered. That is, a study can be combined with work and even with hobbies. In addition, useful skills are developed while navigating the internet and discovering new tools for complete academic activities. In conclusion, accessible and inclusive learning is achieved for the main participants in the process, who are students and the teachers.
Okay,
Okay,
thank you,
this
Laris.
is thank you. I think that this is a good question. For me, the most noticeable benefits of virtual education are the ability to manage your own schedule to some extent. For a person who works, virtual education, virtual learning can be considered their best ally. For a single mother who has many responsibilities, virtual education can be seen as her best tool. For example, my mom works from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. And when she arrives home, she connects their classes and completes her assessment. This will not be possible in face-to-face for setting because stricter edulers are followed in this type of classes. So this is like for me the best way to learn and to be in the university or something like that.
Thank you for your answer. But even with technological progress, human interaction remains essential.
Yes, relationships are formed directly in traditional classroom. Angel, Laura, Ladis, tell us, how are relationship and participation strengthened in face-to-face education?
In face-to-face education, emotional bonds are created naturally. A scene of community is experienced when daily interaction is encouraged. Identity is shaped when differences are observed. Admiration was developed for teachers who transmit knowledge with patience. However, challenges are also faced. Competition is promoted, comparison are made, sometimes insecurity is generated. Bullying can be experienced, and some students may feel invisible. Even negative experience create contribute to growth. Emotional resilience is developed, and maturity is achieved over time.
Thank you,
Thank
Angel.
you, Angel. Ladis, tell us.
In face-to-face education, the strengthening of relationship is considered very important because trust, creating crowd, direct interaction, and visual contact in the classroom. Communication skills are also developed so that teamwork can be encouraged and ethical values can be practiced, facilitating interpersonal relationships. Regarding participation, dynamic activities should be included so that interaction between students and the teacher can be promoted.
Very good, Gladys. I like your answer. I'm agree with you. Um, Okay, for me, face-to-face education is easier and more interactive, of course, because our classmates are within reach. We see them every day. We constantly interact. We do group assessment and we ask questions about different activities. As a result, relationships are more strengthened and stronger bonds are created in this situation. This can help many students cope with academic pressure. Science support is provided by classmates who can listen to their doubts, daily experience, and personal situation. In many cases, long-lasting friendship are formed. These relationships are continued beyond the educational environment. For example, my best friends, I formed this relationship for the high school that it was face-to-face education. Thank you.
Thank you, Laura.
Thank you, Laura. I think that all we are agreed that responsibility changes in virtual environments.
Students are gives more independence and supervision is reduced. Question. I love this question. In what ways is independent learning developed in virtual education?
Well, independent learning is developed when responsibility is transferred to a student. The decision must be taken without constant supervision. In my case, I think was always preferred in face-to-face education. In virtual education, group activities are sometimes perceived as a difficult because coordination is limited. Autonomy is promoted, discipline is developed. Personal organization is strengthened through experience.
Let's continue.
Autonomous, excuse me. Autonomous learning can be developing where students are fully engaging in their learning process and taking ownership of it. This allows them to manage their time, explore online resources to support their learning activities and motivated themselves to initiate their own learning.
Laura.
Okay, thank you. Independent learning in virtual education develops because students often have to manage many parts of their learning by themselves. Some classes happen online. Students usually organize their schedules, review materials on their own, and complete activities without constant supervision of the teacher. Um, because of this, students gradually learn to be more responsible for their studies. They look for information, review digital resource, and try to solve doubts independently before like ask for help. In this way, skills like discipline, time management, and self-motivation strengthen in virtual environments.
Okay, everyone, let's dive a little deeper into this topic. Difficulties are also present in virtual learning.
External factors may affect performance and motivation. Yes? Angel, tell me, what challenges are faced in virtual education?
Well, I think I'm talking too quickly. Internal problems are experienced. Concentration can be affected by home distractions. Long as stressful days are sometimes combined with academic duties, digital tools are not always understood easily, and adaptation is required. The role of teacher becomes very important. When guidance is clear, learning is facilitated. When support is limited, frustration is generated.
Okay, thank you. Lais, what is your opinion?
Several challenges are present in virtual education, such as unstable internet connection, distraction caused by social media during study time, and limited interaction between teachers and students through digital tools. All these factors can make the educational process more difficult in virtual environments, and virtual education can sometimes be placed at a disadvantage compared to face-to-face education.
Thank you, Ladis. Continue, Laura, please.
Of course. And okay, guys, virtual education can also present several challenges for students. Since learning takes place through screens, communication may sometimes feel like limit, and interaction with teachers or classmates may not be like as natural as in a physical classroom. And another difficult is staying focused and disciplined because students study from home and or other environments, and distractions can easily appear and motivation may decrease. And if learning is not managed properly, in some cases, uh, technical problems such as poor internet connection or limited access can also affect the learning process.
Thank you, guys. Structure is often associated with face-to-face education, no?
However, pressure can also be experienced. Uh, let's next the question. How is pressure experienced in face-to-face education?
Well, pressure is experienced when strict schedules are imposed and daily communication is required. Performance is constantly evaluated and comparison is encouraged. However, discipline is learned and resilience is developed. Leadership abilities were strengthened in my case, and confidence was really built.
Ladis,
And pressure is often experienced in face-to-face education because the links are established, participation is expected, and students' performance is constantly evaluated in the classroom.
Paula, please.
Yes, of course. Um, uh, I think that pressure in face-to-face education can appear because students have to deal with many responsibility in a short period of time. They usually attend classes every day, follow schedules, and complete activities while teachers and classmates are present. And this environment can sometimes make students feel nervous or stressed, and exams, presentation, and group work can sometimes feel like overwhelming. However, this pressure can also be reduced through support from teachers and classmates. Since direct interaction allows students to share doubts, ask for help, and feel like campaigning during the learning process.
Thank you. Finally, academic honesty must be considered.
Integrity is essential in both systems. Guys, in what ways can academic honesty be affected in virtual education? What is your opinion?
My opinion is academic honesty can be affected when supervision is limited. Only evaluations are completed indefinitely, and external results can be accessed easily. Integrity must be strengthened personally. It is believed that values formed in face-to-face education influence behavior in virtual environments.
Les continúo, Laura. Perdón, Ladis.
In virtual education, it can be observed that academic activities are not always completed appropriately, as case of plagiarism can be found and transparency is not always maintained in the learning process.
Laura, please.
Okay. Academic honesty in virtual education can sometimes be affected because students complete their activities without direct supervision from teachers. Science exams, assessment, and quizzes are often done online. It may be easier for some students to search the answers on the internet or share a response with classmates, but in my personal experience, I do not see this a major problem. For me, virtual education works perfectly, and I feel comfortable learning in this way. The only thing sometimes I miss is interacting with more people, but that feeling usually passes quickly. And the most important for me is like try to use the tools in the good way, and like it's like work at home. You need to like understand that if you're working at home, you need to do it and just do it because it's your work. It's the same with the students. If you do it, you need to understand that you need to learn, you need to practice. And if you do everything with AI or internet, what you gonna like understand, what you gonna learn? You gonna be in the future a teacher. So you need to understand, you need to learn. So that's the most important for me. Thank you guys.
Thank you, Laura.
Thank you guys for sharing your opinions with us. Through a discussion, different perspectives we shared.
Face-to-face and virtual education were analysis from personal and academic experience.
It was recognized the identity is strongly set in face-to-face education.
At the same time, autonomy and flexibility are promoted in virtual environment.
And both systems present advantages and challenges.
For this reason, a balanced approach is recommended.
Thank you for listening to Voice in Action.
We hope
In
the work
action.
is meaningful. See you.
Yes,
Thank
see you next
you.
time.
Thank you.
I hope
See you
you'll
next
see
Bye.
you
time,
again.
guys. Thank you for the
I hope they'll
invitation.
see you again.
Bye.
Chicos, excelente.
Bye bye.